And it is time for the new Super Sound Showcase. I'm your host, Robert Hodge, and welcome to WMBG. This is a very exciting day for me because this is my half anniversary. It has been 6 months since I took over the reins of this show and the booking of it as well. And I'm excited because I've been saving a big occasion for this half anniversary show. I have in Layman terms, and if you are not familiar with them, get ready because they are going to knock your socks off. These are four very talented musicians, but they're also legendary in the Hampton Roads scene because Logan and Cole are brother and sister, and they are very young. They are just now finding their own way into the music business, but they have been performing since they were respectively 5 and 7 years old. And how old are you now, Logan? Wait. I mixed Logan and Layman. All right, Logan, Layman, that's tricky if you don't practice that. How old are you now, Layman?
I just turned 18 this month.
Just this month?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm glad I asked because I was going to still make you 17. But okay, you're 18 now. And Cole, how old are you?
I just turned 21.
Okay. Well, this is phenomenal because these two are so talented, and to have been performing since 5 and 7, this is fantastic. So you are not expecting the sound that's about to come out of your radio. And if you are interested, you can look on our social media page on Facebook. We will be broadcasting live throughout. And then tomorrow on YouTube and on WMBGradio.com, there'll be a professional video from our own Jacob Roberts, the professional video expert that we employ here in the studio. He makes all those wonderful videos that you love. So thank you for listening, and let's talk about the history of the band. 5 and 7, and you formed a musical group at that point?
Yes, so I started playing guitar when I was 5, and I started playing because I had therapeutic issues with my fingers, and so one of the recommended exercises to help with your fingers was to play guitar a little bit and do some exercises on that. So the doctor had me do that, and then around 7 years old, when I started actually getting all right at guitar, Logan decided to pick up the bass, and her voice came out of the middle of nowhere.
Really?
And so we've been playing ever since. And our mom was on drums at one point, Sandra Layman.
Yeah.
And then we've gone through some growth and development, and then we met Nick and Hamid, who we've been with for about actually pretty. We've been with Hamid for 3 years, and Nick is pretty fresh in the group.
Mm-hmm.
And we've just been rocking with that.
I know Nick. Nick is pretty fresh no matter what he's doing.
Yeah.
Fresh to death, am I right?
But listen, I want to know about the evolution of your voice. When did you realize that you could sing? I mean, were you 5 years old singing on tune and...
So I've been playing bass for 13 years and singing for about 8 years. So I really started singing when I was 10 years old. And we were in our basement. It's when Nicole and I lived in Washington, D.C. And we were just like, I sang like the national anthem, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah?
And it just was like, oh, I used to suck back then. But I mean, like, practice makes perfect because really
Right.
I've been like just training myself and really training my ear. And it's just worked out because I've been practicing like pretty much.
Well, and performing
time.
quite a bit, and
Yeah.
you, the two of you have got quite a name for yourself in this area. And now Cole is a student at Berkeley, and you are about to embark on a career at Indiana University. Congratulations on
Thank
that.
you.
You go this fall.
Yes, I
Oh my
leave
gosh.
on the 11th.
Oh,
August
that's
11th.
so we don't have much time. I'm glad you're here, and I know your mom actually was sad that she had to work today because tomorrow is the beginning of family vacation. How nice that is.
Yes.
Where are you going? Somewhere fun?
We're going to Florida and then we're going to the Bahamas.
Oh, well, that'll work.
Yeah.
You
We're
got
really
any
excited.
got any gigs planned while you're gone?
Oh,
We
I wish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In the Bahamas, that would be really cool.
Yeah,
That
but you know,
would be-
you can sit in somewhere. I'm quite sure.
Yeah, I mean,
Just go out and talk.
I don't know if they'd let us bring our instruments on the cruise, but I mean, I would borrow a guitar from somebody.
Yeah,
and sit
somebody
in
will
the
let you do
heartbeat.
it. Well, if you're going to be on a cruise, I'm sure somebody will let you sit in.
Yeah,
I
they
do
usually
that
have
all
the
time.
bands, I think,
Mhm.
that play like every night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Well,
it's
that's
pretty cool.
marvelous. What do you see as the future for In Layman Terms? Are you dedicated to really pursuing this as far as it'll go, or?
Oh, we're very dedicated. You know, I mean, ever since we picked up our instruments and we picked up on music, we could never lose that. Like music is just everything to us. And I know it is for Hamid and Nick. Like our lives are music. And we do other things. But like music is just, no matter what, music is always going to be a huge priority for me.
And both of you are going for a performance degree?
Yes.
It's all music?
Music therapy.
Music therapy degree
really?
for me, yes.
Okay.
And like we've had a couple setbacks because Cole goes to Berklee College of Music. I'm going to Indiana. Hamid is at VCU right now, his junior year, and Nick just graduated from VCU.
Right.
So we're kind of all over the place, but I think it's really our determination that allows us to accomplish like so much while we're together.
Well, sure.
And I definitely think if we keep working hard, then hopefully we can make a career out of it. I mean, every musician wants to make a career out of it. So.
Well, the interesting thing is, everybody starts out with dreams of rich and famous. And then over the years, as reality comes into play, you'll find that your definition of success changes many, many times. And, I know people that are very, very famous, and they become a slave to what they're doing. And it's not getting famous that's the hard part. It's staying famous and trying to figure out how you're going to follow this project with, something else that's bigger and better. And a lot of times, I got to a point when I was performing regularly in New York, and I realized that my definition of success had become doing what I love, making enough money to do what I want to do, and getting respect for what I put out there. Yeah. And that's the life that I chose, because I feel like I'm not the kind of person that would have been happy with somebody going through my trash and chasing me with a camera. I'm not sure that would have been what I thought it was when I was first dreaming about it. But you know what? Serious musicians have the luxury sometimes of having every bit of that career if they cultivate it the right way without having all the negative side of fame. So you know what? Think about it as you go and watch each step carefully, because the progress that you find, you'll be on a road that'll make sense to you, and that's really always the right road. And I did an interview not long ago with Scott Hamilton, the Olympic ice skater, and I was so struck by something he said to me. He goes, "The path that you're on is the path to victory from the very moment that you decide that it is." So think about that when you're working on it. All right, tell us about the first song we got. What are we having?
This first song is going to be called Strong Roots, and this is actually the name of our album that's coming out in December. We'll be in the studio on the 6th and the 7th of August. Okay. And we are super excited. We plan on releasing, like I said, our album in December. And this is an original, and it's going to be... our album's going to have about 8 songs, and it's 7 originals and 1 cover.
Oh, very nice. Okay, well, have you done this on the radio before, or do we have a premiere?
You're our first.
You're our first on the radio, yeah.
World premiere of a brand new in Layman terms. Super excited for Super Sound Showcase. Okay, sponsored by Culture Fix.
My bags packed, my time I'll be just fine, 'cause strong roots can endure. Can you see me? See me as I go. Listen to my voice as the sweet wind blows. Listen to my voice as the sweet wind blows. Listen to my voice as the sweet wind blows.
Very nice. And you obviously have been preparing for the recording of that because you've even got the fade out already. The technician won't even have to do it. Oh, that was fun. That's a great song. What's the inspiration for it? Where did that lyric come from? Did you write most of that?
It's actually, I wrote the lyrics for that one. It's about just like going away to college, you know, like leaving my friends and family. And I mean, it really works for all of us because we're all in college. And it's like, just like, will you miss me when I'm gone? I gotta go. And it's saying that I'll be back. Like, don't forget about me. I'll be back. Mm-hmm. But it's a sad time, but music definitely copes.
Oh, absolutely. It'll solve anything in your life if you just let it. That'll be great. All right. Well, we are going to take a commercial break, and we will be leaving the radio for a moment while you listen to these messages. But we will be continuing our coverage on Facebook on the WMBG page. So if you'd like to see what goes on in the studio while we're not broadcasting, sometimes it's very interesting. And then we'll be right back with more of Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix here on WMBG, with our special guest today in layman terms. Don't go anywhere. All right, we are back with the new Super Sound Showcase, sponsored by Culture Fix on WMBG. It is the half anniversary of my being the host. I'm Robert Hodge, and I'm thrilled to be here. I thank you, as always, for tuning in and listening to us, and it's my privilege to bring the great musicians of our area into the studio and have them perform live for you on Thursday afternoons, and I am grateful to Culture Fix for the opportunity to do that. It is so nice of them to underwrite this, and we are, as always, interested in our guests and the things that they are accomplishing. So where can they see you, Logan, performing? You're going to be at Port Warwick?
Yes, we will be at the Port Warwick Concert Series on August 8th from 6 to 9 p.m. We'll be at the Camel in Richmond on August 10th from 5:30 to 8:30 p.m. And on September 28th, we're going to be playing in the Park Fest Festival in Richmond at the Diamond. 29th, actually.
Oh, that'll be nice. Okay. So let me just mention one thing. You know, they were talking about the fact that they're getting ready to go into the studio in the beginning of August. They're going to make another album that will be self-produced, and that's going to make a difference, I think. Your first album, your debut album, very good, but a lot of very fancy, heavy production that I don't know that was the perfect blend of what your essence is on musically. But not to be critical about it, but I'm interested in the fact that what you're going to be able to do as a self-produced album is going to be exactly what your musical hearts are dictating. And I think that's a brilliant opportunity for your fans to really hear what your vision of your music is. So I have to tell you, if you're listening and you're impressed with these young artists, or if you're listening because you're an established fan of these artists, then you need to know that recording is not a cheap business. It's not something that you can just go out and self-produce an album of quality without some kind of funding. And so tell us briefly, you have an opportunity for people to be involved in the production. And when I say that, at certain levels of giving money into a project, most artists have a few perks and swag and things that will come your way. You want to just tell us how they can be involved in the production of this album?
Yeah,
Oh.
definitely. It all starts on Indiegogo. Actually, we're on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And our website is www.the3inlaymanterms.com. And it's not plural. It's just Layman. And so on that, we have Indiegogo, which is a campaign to help us raise money to be able to record our album. Our goal is $5,000, and I'm pretty sure we have about a little over 3,000 right now.
Okay.
We have about a month left of the campaign. So it would really mean a lot to us if people could help donate and help us produce the album that we want to produce. And you can go on Indiegogo.com and search in the search bar "new music, comma in layman terms," and it should appear. And we're just super excited because we've been working really hard on these new originals this summer. We've actually written all of the originals that are going to be on the CD besides one. We've written them all this summer. So in the past 2 months.
So it's brand new.
Yeah,
Yeah.
brand new.
And do you have some cool perks for the people that get involved?
Absolutely. And
What's the best one?
The best one, I mean, I'm gonna have to go with you can pay $250 for music lesson with 3 music lessons, 3-hour-long music lessons from anybody in the band of your choice.
Oh, nice.
You get the album, which you would receive in the mail. You get it signed. You get a T-shirt, a bumper sticker, and just a bunch of all the perks that come before.
Liner credits.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry. What?
Liner credits.
Yeah, liner credits.
Oh,
Which,
wow, that's wonderful. And
yeah.
quite reasonable for that small donation. So,
very.
you know what? If you're impressed with these young artists, please give them a helping hand. I don't always beg for money on Super Sound, but you know what? I'm particularly fond of these wonderful artists, and I would really like to see this album come out on schedule, and then I can play it for you on the radio, and that would be fun. All right, what's the next song?
Our next song is going to be our only cover on our new album, and it's called Fever. It's our
Ooh.
own
The Peggy Lee Fever?
version. Yes.
Okay, good. I like that song. Let's have it. Here's In Layman Terms with Fever.
Never know how much I love you. Never know how much I care. When you put your arms around me, I get a fever that's so hard to bear. Me fever. With your kisses, fever when you hold me tight. Fever in the morning, fever all through the night. Sun lights up the daytime, fever runs through the night. And I light up when you call my name, and I know you're gonna treat me right. Yeah, give me fever. In the morning, fever with thy flame in you. Fever in the morning, what a lovely way to burn. Everybody's got the fever, that is something you won't know. Fever isn't such a new thing, fever was born long ago. Now you listen to my story. Here's the point that I have made. Chicks were born to give you fever. On the Fahrenheit or centigrade, yeah, give me fever. And the tooth I flame in you. Fever in the morning. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn. What a lovely way to burn.
Wow, now that was pretty spectacular. That happens to be one of my songs that I really like, and that is indeed the Peggy Lee song that she was most famous for. That and Is That All There Is? But I will tell you this, that arrangement is pretty special. Who came up with that? Was that Hamid and Cole? Did y'all have a hand in that little duel y'all had going on with there? That was pretty amazing. For those of you that don't know, we haven't really been explicit with the fact that Nick and Hamid were part of the Hamid Barbarji quartet that were here, like, I think just 2 weeks ago, weren't you? And so you were familiar with their music, and they are also part of this group in layman terms. But Cole, actually, man, some of the stuff you were doing on the guitar, it was almost like lightning strikes and stuff back there. It was very symbolic. What's going through your arrangement there?
Thank you. With Fever, and we've been playing this song for a while, but this new version that we have, we had been playing it very kind of to how Peggy Lee played it,
right?
And we didn't change much, but just recently, Hamid actually was like, guys,
it's
like
spectacular what you've done.
He was like, I think we could put this here and this here, and he did a lot of his own arrangements into it.
Well done.
And with the guitar, actually, it's more of just adding my own feel with effects to it.
Okay.
And we kind of give it more of a more distant sound.
Yeah.
So
I really like
it. Pulls you in and out.
It's very effective. And you, young lady, to be 18 years old, how in the world do you understand that kind of seduction in the lyric and you just weave it into a crazy tapestry? What in the world? Where did you get this from?
I have no idea.
You're just so mature for 18 years old to interpret a lyric that complex. With that kind of depth, it's really spectacular.
You feel what you play.
I want that. Record that first so I can have it before you go to college.
Yeah, definitely.
I need that quick. I can't wait till December because you gave me fever. So, all right, what's the other song? I love it.
This next song is one of our most proud originals. This is at least is my personal favorite that's going to be on the album as of right now, and it's called I'm Somebody.
Okay.
And we have a little bit of a different sound with this one. Hamid is playing washboard, and we're all going to sing, and I'm playing cigar box.
And you might want to go and look at this on the video because I tell you, I've never seen a washboard like this. It not only is made out of brass, but it has like some kind of a tin necktie attached to it and a baby cymbal. So he's got a mallet, and he looks like he's ready for marching band duty. But this is going to be real interesting, I assure you. All right. I Am Somebody from In Layman Terms. And again, we have another world exclusive, right?
Yes.
First time on the air.
World premiere on the air. Yeah.
I like it. All right. Let's have it.
Been walking around, got no place to go.
Been walking around, got no place to go.
Well, I got nobody. I got my money. I'm on the road. Don't come around here. Don't wanna see you no more. fine. Don't come around here, don't wanna see you no more. Well, I found myself, I don't need you no more. Well, I feel so lovely, 'cause I'm somebody you should know. Stop coming around here, I ain't gonna be here no more. Take it away, Cole. Don't come around here. Don't want to see you no more.
Well, all right. I love that song, but I have to say, I don't agree with the idea that don't want to see you no more. I want to see you plenty more. And you know what? I really am looking forward to this album. It's got such variety, such beautiful enthusiasm, and the two of you are just a guiding force in really pushing your music out there. And I think your match with Hamid and Nick, it's just a wonderful combination. And the four of you, I told you there was going to be a lot of music coming out of your radio. That was pretty spectacular, and a lot of music for four people to generate. But I have had a great time. I wish we had all afternoon to sit here and just love your music and to enjoy your company. It's a pleasure
Thank
have
you
you
so
here.
much for having us.
Oh, it's my pleasure. And I'm sure, that as they come home from school from time to time, maybe we'll be lucky enough to do this again soon.
Yeah,
and
definitely.
certainly when that album comes out, bring it here first. And let's talk about it, and let's tell everybody how they can get it. And everybody, give us the website for you one more time, as well as the Indiegogo.
So once again, the website is www.thenumber3inlaymanterms.com. Layman is spelled Layman. And an Indiegogo to donate to our campaign and to help us fund our new album. You search new music, in layman terms, and you can donate there.
All right. Well, my special thanks to Culture Fix, to Steve and Jen, and to Shirley. Thank you for always supporting our show and for being the sponsors of Super Sound Showcase. Until next week, thank you so much for being here. We're going to have Travelers Band out of Richmond next week. It's going to be a great time. And going back to the music that you love on WMBG, here's Gloria Estefan with Get On Your Feet.